Hey, are my glasses crooked? I think they're perpetually crooked and also dirty. But I don't really care. I was thinking today of a couple of narratives in my life, and I was reflecting on them, and I thought that I would share them with you to give you, hopefully, pause for thought or contemplation. I love Maya Angelous, and I have one of her quotes here, which I think is relevant. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Don't you just love that quote? Seriously, it says so much. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Did I say that, or did I say when people tell you who they are, believe them the first time? The actual quote is show you. That was a little bit Freudian, wasn't it? Because when people behave in a certain way, they are telling you who they are. And sometimes we just don't want to believe them because we love the way they tie their shoes, or we love the way they look deeply into our eyes as we watch the sunset and we eat tofu pizza or whatever is the thing, that thing that you love about that person. And they could cause absolute chaos, but they have this thing, this USP, unique selling point, and we just love that unique selling point. People often reveal their true nature through their actions and behaviour. Interesting, isn't it? And we often see a person's true nature when life becomes adverse. Be open-minded, people can change and grow. That's another line here. I think it is important to be hopeful and to give people the opportunity to grow, but to see and to reflect upon the behaviour presented and to be able to translate behaviour. What is that behaviour actually saying? If that behaviour on that day was a sentence, call out the sentence. What is it? Today, a friend rang me, or perhaps I rang her, a good friend of mine, and she was somewhat happy because one of her ex-partners had written her a letter. The classic letter that she gets every so often when he is perhaps tiring of his present partner. The words were chosen carefully. It was ever so eloquent. There was smatterings of empathy, care, remembering who she is and what she likes and what she's interested in. There were references to his own life, his connections with his family, what he's doing with his family. These subjects are interesting to her. And then the request, always the request, if you ever want to have dinner, get out of the house and have dinner. I'm there. And every time she has done that, she's gone out to dinner to re-engage with this person and to receive that oh so wonderful hug. Then once more, the inference, there is an inferred promise in that engagement, in that action of getting together over dinner, when he knows how she truly feels. If he truly knew what she truly feels and he could not respond in like, or he could not respond with the same level of feeling, why does he contact? He contacts because he chooses to contact. That's what he chooses to do. Why does he choose to do that? Because he doesn't hold good intentions. He holds a level of self-centeredness, a level of manipulation, and a level of narcissism. We all hold a level of narcissism. Our Western society is, by nature, narcissistic. He had or has an agenda in these occasional requests for a dinner date. He knows that at times she may be lonely. She knows that the children have flown the nest. He knows that she loves a talk over dinner. But he also knows he's not prepared to go any further than dinner. And he also knows she wants more than dinner. She wants engagement, friendship, camaraderie. So why offer a dinner when it is not the initial step towards commitment? It is a repeat of an old pattern that he knows she falls for because she feels perhaps a little lonely. His behaviour is obvious to those around, perhaps not always obvious to my friend. And we each can fall into this hole, this pattern, this perfect jigsaw piece with another perfect jigsaw piece, where somebody holds an agenda and we so want it to be real. We so want it to be well-intended, sincere, authentic. Perhaps we should take a step back, pause for a moment and say, if this behaviour and this pattern of behaviour is a sentence or a paragraph, am I listening? Life is often about patterns, and we can see who somebody is with their first set of behaviours. But sometimes we need patterns, and sometimes we should put aside what we wish for, what we yearn for, what we want in love, affection, friendship, and look at the pattern. If you were a scientist or a mathematician and you saw this pattern of behaviour, what would you say? Sometimes we can be disarmed by a certain look in somebody's eyes, and we so want that certain look to be real. Our reality is behaviour, and the patterns of behaviour that are cast by that first rod. I would like to think that all people have good intentions. My experience in life leads me to think that's not true. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to think that everybody has good intentions. But I think in order to be our best version of ourselves, we need to be investigators. We need to be scientists and mathematicians. We need the ability to look down upon the pattern rather from a vantage point up here, be the eagle, rather than be on the same level, look into somebody's eyes and disappear into the beautiful abyss of the promise in those eyes. Let's go with the pattern of now, the reality, and what the pattern says, rather than a promise of an uncertain future. I have several friends, and they're beautiful friends, and they all have strengths and possibly weaknesses. I certainly have weaknesses. As I'm getting older, I'm so grateful for every part of them, their strengths and their weaknesses. I'm so happy that I can be in their lives in some shape or form. We are more likely to be exposed to the weaknesses of our friends when we engage regularly with them. And I always think about the porcupine story, the story I love of the family of porcupines getting together and then being dissatisfied with being pricked by each other. So in order that they can self-realize, they sleep separately and they all die of cold. There is something so precious in community and friendship, but there is a profound difference between human frailty, human flaws, and somebody having a narcissistic agenda to use your need for company, to use your need for bonding, a significant other, those romantic types that can spin a beautiful conversation but do not turn up on the second meeting or whatever it is. So my friend knew this person for years, and this person turned out to lack authenticity. That email asking for dinner wasn't a friendly email. It didn't consider her needs, who she is, what she aspires to be. It didn't captivate the true heart of her beauty. It was just stated for his own agenda. When these things occur, it's not about stamping our metaphorical foot and saying, this is terrible, this is disgusting, people shouldn't behave like this. They don't deserve one moment of your life. They do not deserve one heartbeat. Not one heartbeat. They don't deserve a space in your mind. When people let you down, and of course we need to reflect on the particular situation. We can have people in our family let us down through chronic health or depression. That's one thing. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Don't give them a place in the closet of your mind. Declutter your closet, throw them out. Notice when you think about them. They don't deserve that. You deserve to consider what you place in the closet of your mind. You deserve sanctity and solace in that amazing closet of your mind. Let's step back and look down upon the pattern of somebody's behavior and thank them. Thank you. Thank you for showing me who you are. I wish you well, but you have no right to the closet of my mind. My mind, the closet of my mind, is for experiences which are valuable, help me develop wisdom, and reflect the beautiful person I am, you are. I just thought I'd share that because you mean a lot to me. Sleep well.